Well, I don't know about you, but I'm the type of person that gives out my trust really, really easily, and I always feel like I should be able to give my trust to people until they break it, and then you're kind of cut off. So I definitely agree with this quote, people in masks cannot be trusted, by Fezzik, and I'm going to be talking about 3 examples that 2 of them pertain to my life. One with your friends, the other with in the school place or school, and then the other at work. And the first is with friends. I used to have a friend, I'm not really close with her anymore, but I felt like I could tell her everything, and you know, she really would listen to what I had to say, but she wouldn't really, you know, tell me her point of view, or she was kind of closed off with her side, but, you know, so I'm kind of open with that stuff. And then I'd find out later on that she would go back and tell someone what I was talking about to her, about maybe if it was about that person, or if, I don't know, it was about my personal life that I thought I could only share with her and she wouldn't say anything. And then the other example I have is at school. We've all been in those groups when people, you know, there's always, you're in a group and you all divide the work between everyone, and you always have that one person that is kind of, you know, closed off to the rest of the group, and you're relying on them to do the work and to put in their effort and their time, but then you get to school and they don't have their stuff done, and it kind of just, you know, you can't trust them with that because they're obviously not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then my last example is at work. Right now I work at a place, and my boss, it's kind of ironic that she's my boss. You're supposed to be able to talk to them about stuff, and, you know, I have personal stuff going on if I did, I did a while ago, and I felt like I could talk to her about that. And then this other lady that I work with, I'm really close with her, and then I find out from her that my boss is going back and telling this lady all of my personal stuff that's going on in my life, and I don't feel like that's really her business to be telling people. And so, you know, and she kind of acts really nice to my face, but then she goes back and, you know, talks crap about me and says stuff to my other employers about my personal life. And so I gave you guys examples about my friends and the school, or at school and at the workplace, and I really agree with this quote. Thank you. Yes. Yep. What? I don't know.
Is she back?
Yeah, she's from Washington.
For Christ?
No, she's another guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, whatever happened was imagine not having my baby now.
She was pregnant.
Is she?
I think she lied about it.
Her egg was pregnant.
Yeah.
All right, Katie, I like the opening statement. Nice transition to the topic. You have an excellent preview of what the structure is going to be, and it was easy to follow during the speech. Your supporting materials, you've got the right idea on each of those points. Some particulars would be helpful. For instance, maybe one of the confidences that you talked about, or something specific, an event that went on, because otherwise it sounds very abstract and it's not nearly as interesting. But I did think that you talked about it pretty well. Your voice projects well, and there's good variety in your voice. One issue on the presentation, it sounded like you were rushing a bit. It sounds like you're going a little fast. Yeah, well, that's the one place I thought the anxiety was coming out, was the speed of the delivery. Otherwise, I think that it was pretty solid. You had good gestures. There are indicators suggesting that you're involved. Your facial expressions are pretty animated while you're talking to us. Your eye contact is usually pretty solid and distributed. Once in a while it felt a little bit like you were just kind of looking over people's heads, but most of the time it looked like you tried to engage the audience. So you want to be a little more consistent on that. And I thought the summary was really solid. Nice exit line. All right, thank you.